Time right now is 6:52. It's time for the morning sprint.
Happening today, Governor Evers will be delivering his fourth State of the State address. He'll speak to the joint session of the legislature in person after doing so virtually last year. In past addresses, the governor has tackled issues like redistricting voting maps, broadband, and COVID relief. We'll be live streaming the address on channel3000.com as well as Facebook and YouTube.
Today, voting booths are open across the state for the spring primary. Candidates are hoping to get the votes needed. That will put them on the general election ballots in April. No races in Madison today. Meanwhile, we're going to be keeping an eye on the Milwaukee mayoral race. 7 candidates are hoping to be 2 chosen to run in the general.
Starting in March, in just 14 days, Dane County will no longer have a mask mandate. Public Health Dane County announcing the decision not to extend the current order yesterday. It will be the first time in 6 months no order has been in effect. Public Health emphasizing even though the order will expire, that doesn't mean the pandemic is over.
The Dane County deputy involved in an alleged incident at Fesky County Park last October has been fired. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says Sarah Bortz Rodriguez was terminated on November 17th, 4 weeks after she fired her gun at someone after being stabbed at the park. No details on the investigation were released.
Madison police arresting a mailman who they say was driving drunk on the job. Officers pulled the man's truck over last Thursday afternoon along Atwood Avenue on the Near East Side. Witnesses saw the man stumbling and then falling over in a nearby building. Police say the man smelled of alcohol and slurred his speech when officers talked to him. He also failed the sobriety test.
The Canadian government invoking the Emergencies Act this morning. This is to address the impact of protests over COVID health measures. The act authorizes the use of the military. May not be necessary, though. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said the government is not bringing in the military. The act, though, also temporarily suspends citizens' rights to free movement and assembly.
Florida officials releasing the full autopsy report surrounding the death of Brian Laundrie. He's the man who prompted a nationwide manhunt following his fiancée, Gabby Petito's death. The final report concluded he died from a gunshot wound to the head. Laundrie's skeletal remains were found under 3 feet of water. They'd been there for some time before he was found in a nature preserve last October.
Police in Kentucky have detained a suspect in what Louisville City Council president is calling an assassination attempt. Law enforcement officials have not labeled it as such, though. A person did walk into Mayoral candidate Greg Greenberg's office yesterday morning and fired multiple shots at him. He wasn't hit, but one bullet did hit Greenberg's clothes. Police believe he was targeted.
The jury in Sarah Palin's defamation trial against the New York Times is still deliberating. But yesterday, the judge says he will dismiss the case, saying Palin's team didn't prove a key point of the lawsuit. He says he will wait to do so once the jury reaches a verdict on whether the Times is liable for defaming the former Alaskan governor. And gas prices continue to go up with no relief in sight. The national average right around $3.44, up more than $1 from a year ago and the highest since 2014. That's getting closer to the record national average of $4.11. Economists also warn a Russian invasion of Ukraine could affect the supply, raising the price of a barrel by $40. Russia is the world's second largest oil producer.
Check this out. In the Hollywood Hills, the iconic Hollywood sign getting a facelift. They're in the process of changing over the letters right now to spell out Rams House as part of the big Super Bowl celebrations going on. The new look will be up until tomorrow.
Have to celebrate when you can, but around here we're just celebrating the fact that we're going to see a warm-up over the next couple of days. That'll be followed by the potential for some snow, mainly late tomorrow night into, actually late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Snowfall amounts probably an inch or less across southeastern Wisconsin, although one of the computer models does have a little heavier snow farther north. We're going to keep an eye on this, but right now I think this is less likely to happen. Otherwise, look for those temperatures to climb into the middle 30s today, middle 40s tomorrow, and then drop back into the teens on Thursday. A warm-up early next week and the potential for some rain and snow, maybe mixed with a little freezing rain and sleet for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
All right. Gary, thank you so much. We've had so much fun having you on the show. Have a great day, folks. We'll be back here tomorrow.